Hey everyone, I'm Tiffany Hayes, and today I am going to show you how to make your own body wash and hand soap with using 3 ingredients and saving tons of money. So first things first, you want to find a foaming pump because this works best in a foaming pump. I love doTERRA essential oils, and anything that you see on my videos or will be recommending using doTERRA essential oils as far as the essential oil as far as that goes, because I love doTERRA. I've been using them since 2014 and I have fell in love with them. I did a ton of research years ago when I was starting to get into essential oils, and I just fell in love with doTERRA, and they work for us and me, and so I love them. So anything that you will hear me talk about for essential oils, we'll be recommending doTERRA essential oils just because I love them, and they are very, very strong and very potent essential oils. They're about 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So when I'm recommending and giving recipes, I'm basing it off of using their oils, and being that they're so strong and so potent, you don't need as much, and so that's why I'm recommending, you know, when giving you those recipes. So anyways, when I buy the doTERRA hand soap, I get the 2-pack, and it saves you a ton of money, and they send you 2 foaming dispensers, and I have an extra one, and so that's what I'm going to use today. And I'm going to make body wash for myself. So I'm going to show you my blend that I love to do, but you can of course use any essential oil blends that you want to. The 2 basic ingredients is distilled water and Bronner's Castle soap, and then the essential oil. So first things first, when you're making this, you want to put your water in first. And when I'm making things that are going to be sitting on my shelf, maybe like air fresheners or like room sprays or like soaps, I always recommend using distilled water. And I just have like the one from Walmart, you guys. So it's not, I mean, this is like 88 cents for the whole gallon. So nothing fancy. I use just distilled water because distilled water does not collect bacteria when it's sitting on a shelf for a certain amount of time. So you're gonna not have bacteria in there when you're using it. So that's why I recommend using that. And I always put the water in my jar first, because if you put the soap in and then add the water, it's just gonna foam up and everything's just gonna go everywhere. So always put your water in first. And I don't know the size of this. It's about a 4.5-inch tall bottle. I don't know how many ounces it holds. I should have figured that out. But it doesn't say on here, so I'm not really sure. So I fill this about halfway or 3/4 of the way tall with the water, and then I add the soap on top of it. So I'm probably getting about maybe 2/3 of water and you know, like 2/3 of soap, or a quarter of each. So it just kind of depends. When I'm making my body wash, I like to add a little bit more soap than I would if I'm using it for the foaming hand wash. So it just depends on the quantity and the consistency that you like when you're making this. You can adjust it to however you want to. When I'm making the body wash though, however, I like to add a little bit more of the Castle soap to it versus having it in the soap. I kind of just half and half this normally when I'm using the hand soap, but do a little less water and more soap when I'm doing it for a body wash. So I use the Castle soap. I use Dr. Bronner's. This is the one I use. You can get it online, Walmart, Target, they have it. It's like $13 to $15 depending on where you get it. It's a huge bottle. It is 32 ounces, so it's really big and lasts a really, really long time. So this is like the cheapest and most effective way that you can make your own body wash and hand soap, because you guys, I have 5 kids, my husband and I, so we're a family of 7, and I'm very frugal and I don't like to waste anything, and I like to save money. And so this is the best way that you guys can save money doing this. So you have like 88 cents for your water. You have like $13 for this huge bottle that lasts forever. And then depending on what essential oil you use, that breaks down to pennies. If you're using the doTERRA ones, it breaks down to pennies per bottle. So I mean, you can make this for like under 50 cents and it lasts forever. So super, super cost effective. When you're getting the Dr. Bronner's though, he has a lot of like philosophy things on here. Don't read the label. I always say, don't read that. It's just, I don't know, very confusing, and I follow God's Bible, because that's the truth and that's the word, and that's what I follow. So don't read what's on here. And then I'm going to add to my body wash, because this is the blend I like. I like the Balance and Elevation. So Balance is our grounding blend. And so what I love to do is, well, first off, when we're using essential oils, it's really beneficial when we can smell our oils. We have the best, we get the best brain benefits when we can smell our essential oils. So when we're using this as a soap, or we're putting it in a diffuser, which I have behind me, I don't know if you can see it, or just simply smelling the doTERRA essential oils out of the bottle, that is the best way for our brain to have the best benefit from it. And so I also like to add it to like pulse points in our wrists and things like that. I'm just trying to do this slow because I don't want to squirt it everywhere. I do like to leave a little bit of a gap because you want to allow for your lid to go back on. Okay, you don't want it to squirt out everywhere. And if you're using the doTERRA essential oils, you don't want these precious oils to just squirt all over and be wasted. So when you put when you're done and you put your cap back on, if there's a little bit of extra room, you can add either soap or water to it to kind of fill in that gap. But I like to also put the essential oils on like pulse points. So like over your heart, you can put them behind your ears, the back of your neck, are great places for them. You can put them on the bottom of your feet, on your big toe. If you put them on your big toe, you're getting the best brain benefits from that on your big toe. You can also, you know, take the doTERRA essential oils internally to help with your gut also. These two oils I'm talking about today are only aromatic and topical use for these ones that I'm going to be talking about. But there's many other doTERRA essential oils you can take internally also. I want to look real quick at the plants, because I think this is so cool and this is really important for you guys to learn. So God designed our plants with such an incredible, intelligent design, and for us to learn from. And so, you know, let's look at, they're just created with such a purpose. So, you know, if we take a tomato, for instance, I don't have one here, but we all know what a tomato looks like. So if we're looking at this tomato, it kind of resembles a heart, or like your cardiovascular system, right? And so when we know that by eating tomatoes, those are really good for our heart health and our cardiovascular health, right? And so let's look at a walnut. So walnut kind of resembles a brain, right? We know that eating walnuts are really good for our brain health. And let's see, pomegranates. You know, if you cut a pomegranate open, it kind of looks like ovaries, right? And we know that by eating pomegranates, those are really, really good for helping our reproductive system. And so if we just look at our fruits that we have around us, that God made for us, we can learn from them and, you know, use them to help our bodies and help improve our bodies. Same thing with essential oils. So the essential oils are made from these plants. And so when we're using these, you know, if we look at, let's say the Balance blend, this is our grounding blend. And so this has a lot of tree oils in it. And so we know that trees are very grounding and stable and rooted, right? And so when we're going to use this oil, we're going to have that effect. We're going to be very grounded and feel stable and kind of just rooted. And that's how these essential oils will affect us. Now we have the Elevation, which is our joyful blend. This is a citrus one. So, you know, when we think of fruits, I don't know about you, but when I think of citrus, it just makes me feel happy. Anything citrus, I love. I'm a citrus girl, so I could be a little bit more partial to that, but I love citrus. And citrus to me just reminds me of summer and sunshine and just happy, 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 right? And so when we're using these, you know, we have these benefits from them. So I just think it's so cool just to kind of get a little background on our plants and how God made them, and of course, you know, with the essential oils also. So Balance, real quick, I'll tell you about this one, and why I love it so much is because it's fantastic for our moves. and our emotions and just our overall health challenges that we might be facing. I also like to use this one for respiratory support. I could put on my chest, the back of my, on my back too, because your lungs are back there, so it's a good place if you have respiratory to put it back there also. I like to mix it too with our Serenity blend, which is the restful blend, just to help with calming and sleeping and that sort of thing, and just kind of like put you in a really calming, tranquil mood, because balance is amazing for helping you get in that kind of tranquil and just relax you, and you know, your stress and anxieties, they just melt away. Like when you smell this bottle, you just melt away. It smells so incredible. It also helps really good with jet lag or you know, like travel anxiety, things of that nature. So this is a really good tranquil and grounding blend. You can also mix this one with some vetiver if you want to help with more of a focus and concentration. It's a really good one to use. I also like to use this for just to helping my brain, you know, just really good brain, fantastic brain function. So just put it like right there on the back of my neck. Behind my ears is really good, and make sure you rub it in. Sometimes I'm like a rub and go, but if you just take a little bit of time and rub it into those areas, you're going to get more benefits from the essential oils, because it's going to be going deeper into your skin than just kind of like rub it and go. So really rub it in and take some time when you're using your essential oils. Another thing this oil is good for is that if you have cells with low dopamine in them, you know, maybe you have trouble moving, you want to apply this oil a little bit more often. So even keeping it in your body wash is a good place for it. And then of course, you know, applying it topically on those pulse points in those areas in the morning and at night, or, you know, throughout the day as you need it. Another good thing this is good for is it's very cleansing to the liver and very calming for our lymphatic system. Now, our lymphatic system is, well, our liver produces a lot of lymph and lymph tissue. And so like our lymphatic system helps to clear away invasions and multiplication, that's the word I want, of the microorganisms. And it really just helps our body fluids to be balanced and in check. And so this is a really good one to do. If that's something that you suffer with, maybe just apply it to your liver like 2 times a day would be a good recommendation for that. So all I'm gonna do is put 10 drops of these in here. Can't count and talk at the same time. I would say about 10 to 15 drops of each oil, depending on what you're using. You can use anything. You can use lavender. You can use, like I said, the restful blend. You can use, oh man, there's so many essential oils you can use. Lemon is really good for if you're using like a hand soap, or the On Guard, of course, you can use. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. This smells absolutely amazing. So you just put your cap on and that's it. Give it a little shake and then you're good to go. It's nice and foaming, if you guys can see it here. Let's unlock it. So it's really nice and it's super foamy, and it's just amazing, cheap way to make your own soap. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this and look forward to seeing more tips and tricks from me. And usually my sidekick Madison is here with me, but she's upstairs playing. So I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care.